Blasius NGOME authors books to leave a legacy. One of his books, titled I Have AIDS, A Call to Refrain from Illicit Sexual Habits, is a success and currently studied in the University of Buea and in the curricula of Baptist schools.
I have more than 2 books in reality. I have a minimum of 3 here, and there are many other productions that are available. The first book I wrote ever, in French this time, J'ai le sida, which was translated into English by my younger brother, who happens to be a translator, and it's called I Have AIDS. The content is the story of somebody, who, because of the environment, the context, and because of what the media has said about HIV/AIDS, such as, when you have an incurable disease like headache or ulcers and things, that is an indication that you are HIV positive. So the main character, who is called Damascus Sondia, because he's having these symptoms, concludes that he has AIDS, and he has to go and do a test. And when he has done the test, unfortunately, as at that time, it was impossible to have the results immediately. So he had to wait for 1 week. And that 1 week, it was like he was in hell, because he had to review his own life to see the kind of life he was living, the kinds of things he was doing, the kind of sexual behavior he had. I'm not going to tell you whether he's HIV positive or not. The idea is to make all the readers in Cameroon and elsewhere know what happens when you are in that frame of mind. The intention is to keep them away from bad sexual behaviors.
His contribution in evangelization through Christian magazines and the publication of copies of preachings by priests remain outstanding.
This is a religious book titled The Healing Word. In reality, the words inside there may be mine, but what I did is that I copied in church, because I do go to church. I copied the sermons, the preachings of a priest, which I found very interesting. I developed them, and his preaching is healing somehow, because he kind of empowers the Christian on how to live his life without being dependent all the time, because he says there's a possibility of healing yourself, and some Christians have come back and testified that it is possible to heal themselves. This is a magazine that we produced in church during the centenary of our church. The idea was to also leave a mark. As I told you, you have some advertisement, you have the Pope, and then you have the parish priest, the bishop, and then we gave an opportunity to Christians, to send us a message, and that's exactly what they did. They sent messages and we printed them, and I can assure you that is a book which is very much cherished and which Christians are still looking for today.